welcome everyone back to some more ICReplays action. We got Nandidd here, and I'm joined by Tomatoboy.
How's it going?
Yeah, Tomatoboy, relatively new to the IC scene, is that right?
Yeah, I've been playing since November, so.
November, but he's loving it and improving a lot, so that's pretty good. We got a replay here to go through with you. I'm just going to unpause and get the action going.
Let's get to it.
So I believe we have Sniper on the left here with Mutt playing together, and Gray on the right playing with Skitter. So two very strong teams. Sniper and Mutt, I don't know if you know Tomatoboy, they were the World Cup champions twice in a row.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, not super active at the moment. Have you played with any of these? Yeah.
I played with Skitter and Gray a lot. I've played with Mutt a few times. He's been like helping me improve, but I've actually not played with Sniper at all.
Okay, yeah, he's not super active at the moment, but everyone's putting up one rod. Gray delays his slightly. He seems to do that often, but generally, you want to get one rod up pretty quickly. And Skitter's going for a pretty early second rod, as is Mutt. And we just had the 2.1, I believe, patch. We had a pretty significant patch to the Tellurian mod, which is what we all play on here. And we've got 4 new creatures, so definitely check that out if you haven't. And so hopefully we'll see some of them in this game. And 4 rods from Skitter. That's a classic elect build, whereas Sniper is going for his workshop first and then choosing to build the elect. I think it is. I tested it out a bit, and I think it is actually more efficient to do this elect first, because you save up the coal while you're building, and then you do the workshop straight away anyway.
Yeah, that's what I do as well. The workshop.
Oh yeah.
But you convert it too. So I think from Sniper, what I've heard is he likes to go fast level 3 pretty much all the time. So
yeah, that
see how Gray can maybe capitalize on that.
Yeah, hopefully that can be very powerful, especially on a map like this if you don't get attacked. Yeah, I often like a fast 3 power spike. But yeah, Mutt and Sniper, they like their standard plays. Though having said that, Mutt has built 2 chambers and is already pumping out some units, so we'll see what he does.
Some land units.
Warchula, previously known as Smoky Bacon, I believe these were. He loves them. Yeah, very high damage for a level 2. In fact, pretty, strong all round. High defense, pretty fast, and he's going up towards Skitter, who's only built water chambers and has built these very slow camouflage cutter lobsters.
Yeah, those are interesting. I think I'm favoring Mutt's units if they go head to head, as he does have the keen sense as well. They're not going to be able to sneak by him with those.
That is true, and Mutt's even quicker, so he can decide when to take the engagements.
Yeah, Skitter might be in some trouble here.
He is, yeah, using Henge Punch. And what we see on the other side, we got Electric Hyenas and some Shield Bugs coming out, but not attacking yet. And Sniper is probably building towards level 3, but he does have a few creatures coming out. And yeah, Skitter is going to have to defend pretty hard here, but he can do that, so we'll see how he gets on. But if you get a mass of these cuttlefish gazelles, it can be incredibly.
It's tough to defend on those. They're so fast; they can just move away from you.
They are. And have you ever played with Yagami against Yagami with these?
No, only Pale. I played against.
He micros them super strongly, and it's so hard to beat. But yeah, I think Skitter is under the pump here, but I think his teammate is actually got the better of it on the other side against Sniper. So potentially pretty even battle still at the moment. But Sniper has all his expos safe. It's just his chambers he needs to be worried about. And yeah, Skitter is getting the runaround. Yeah. Who are you favoring right now in terms of team-wise, based on what we've seen so far?
I'm definitely favoring the Gray Skitter team, I think.
Yeah,
Gray is such a huge force that I actually think Sniper's in more trouble than Skitter. And Mutt
potentially
is going level 3 instead of keeping the pressure on, which
he
is
is. But
a safe
Gray
decision.
is also going 3. Yeah, so it's the two players that are attacking that are going 3. So we potentially could end up with a 1v1 here if we're not, if the teams aren't careful.
Oh,
But
looks like
Sniper,
Sniper's
yeah,
actually turning this
Sniper is pushing
around, yeah.
back. Yeah, these pack hunter eels, if you get a mass of them, they can be very tough to beat. So yeah, I would actually favour the Mutt and Sniper now. After that, Mutt is kind of regrouping. Sniper is safe. They
Oh, if they get
might.
mid.
Yes, mid's very important on this. On this 2v2 version, especially of Eroded Forts, it's 8 coal piles and a geyser, and sometimes people don't even go there, so you can often get it for free. Gray building up these buildings in front of his base, so this is super useful. They tank a lot of the damage, and it makes it very difficult to fight against units in an area like that.
It does have a little bit of idle henchmen. Definitely interesting that Mutt has so many land units on this map. I wouldn't expect it.
Yeah. It's often if I go in level 2, I would have land units, but yeah, normally quickest route to the base is across the water. Mark did have to deal with a bit of an attack around the back of his base. Those geyser snipes can be super effective because you often don't notice them, and fully upgraded geyser is very important. So Gray is trying to stop Sniper and Mutt taking the middle pretty effectively, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, if he stops this, I mean, that's a lot of resources that went down the drain. I mean, that could be what turns the tide.
Could be, yeah, but it's only a workshop, 2 workshops and a gen. So I think the main thing is to make sure they can't build any more.
Yeah, and the sound beams too. I mean,
and we got our first new units I think that I've seen, the
Salamander
Salamander Lioness. So they will have regen and pack hunter, which make them very powerful. Yeah, Salamander is the new range stock with regen, kind of like a chameleon but with more health, I think. And yes, great for all levels range. I like the Muskox Salamander, which has regen and herding.
Yeah, interestingly, it looks like both players who are under attack have now gotten pretty much everything back together.
They have now, yeah. Now it's a proper 2v2.
Yeah, Skitter took that geyser in between him and Gray in order to get himself back on track faster.
Yeah,
it's an interesting decision.
Yes, and he's back mining here, so he's got all his hench mining again. And he also has salamanders coming out. Salamander and...
It looks like Salamander Arapaima.
Oh, yeah. The another new stock, which I don't really use, but it's Deflect water unit, is that right?
Yes, these are one of my personal favorite units, the Salamander Arapaimas.
Oh, cool.
Just in the meta right now, it doesn't feel like melee is the best, so having these deflect really makes them go to town on the other ranged.
For sure, it's always been kind of mass range is kind of always been a bit of a king, and melee's for when you're changing momentum or raiding or early power spikes. So yeah, deflect is super useful, though it does make them quite expensive.
Yep. What are those green units Skitter has?
These, praying mantis and poison. What's this? What's that poison? There's a poison water unit. Man of War, I believe.
Oh.
I think that's and they have a lot of ability. This is huge at that cost. They have all the abilities. They literally do everything. Okay. And he is using the abilities. He's got the frenzy out. That's often one of the things. If you've got triggered abilities, you want to be able to have the APM to trigger them. Otherwise, it's a waste. And he does. And now they're both bearing down on Mutt. So I think it's up to Sniper to do something here, because Skitter and Gray are all in on Mutt, who is in survival mode at the moment. James in the back of his base. And what is Sniper going to do? He's kind of just hanging out at the moment.
He's getting attacked by Gray, but it's not a sizable force.
Yeah, only a bit. I think he should be sending most of his force to help Mutt. And while they're doing that, Gray is taking the middle.
Yep. And I mean, sometimes it's even a better decision to attack one of the people who are doubling them and maybe see if you can kill them. But he was a little bit too slow on his reaction. I think the opportunity might have passed. Now Gray is somehow in trouble.
Yeah, for sure. Counterattack can be effective, but I don't think he has enough. I think he's spread too thin. And Mutt's pretty much dead now. This might be game over. I think.
It looks like it.
Yeah, Mutt can't do anything, and Sniper's not even on the front foot against either of the other two players. So having looked like they were down, they're taking the middle, and I think this is it. I don't think they can do anything. GG.
Yep, and there's a... Wow.
What a game. Final thoughts?
Interesting how that level 2, I think, set Sniper behind enough to where he couldn't help Mutt in that situation, and because Mutt was just too hard doubled.
Yeah, I think Skitter just recovered just super well from that attack from Mutt, and that's kind of what came through in the end. So that we're double World Cup champions defeated, and quite the game.
Quite the game.